The Queen's omission of Prince Harry's name during her heartfelt speech to world leaders at COP26 would have been hard for the Duke, a royal expert has claimed. Over the years, the Duke of Sussex has launched a number of initiatives tackling the climate crisis, and has previously described it as one of the world's two most pressing issues. According to Richard Eden, the 37-year-old prince and his wife Meghan Markle would have hated not being present at COP26 due to the high-profile platform it offers. In a recorded video message for world leaders, the Queen praised her son Prince Charles and her grandson Prince William for their contribution to the climate debate, and their environmental activism. Speaking of Harry's response on the MailPlus podcast Palace Confidential, diary editor Richard Eden said, "They will have hated not being at COP26, I mean just the chance to talk to the whole world with Prince William there." One thing, in the Queen TMS speech, which I think will have been genuinely hurtful for Harry, was no reference to him. The Queen talked about how her husband TM's environmental concerns were being built on by his son Prince Charles and his grandson Prince William. No mention of Harry, even though the environment is something that he TMS felt very strongly about through the years, has spoken about, and he TMS even launched initiatives like Travelyst to try and do something for the environment. So I think that will have been hard for him. The 95-year-old monarch was originally due to attend the COP26 summit in Glasgow but was forced to regretfully cancel her trip after receiving medical advice to remain in Windsor. Instead, a recorded video message was played to assembled delegates at an evening reception on November 1st. Both the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge, alongside their two wives, were in attendance and had been photographed with world leaders, such as US President Joe Biden and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Her Majesty urged them to rise above the politics to unite together against climate change, and achieve true statesmanship. Speaking of her late husband Prince Philip, she said, "It is a source of great pride to me that the leading role my husband played in encouraging people to protect our fragile planet, lives on through the work of our eldest son Charles and his eldest son William. I could not be more proud of them." Both Charles and William have conducted a number of engagements throughout the week, which has included attending Stella McCartney's sustainable fashion show, meeting Earthshot Prize finalists, and hosting meetings with world leaders. The Duke of Sussex is also a passionate advocate for sustainability and the environment and has given several speeches on the matter both during his royal career and post-Megxit. Don't miss, he also called for a post-COVID reckoning moment for people to start tackling the climate crisis, which he linked to mental health. The Prince is also president of Africa Parks, a conservation group that works to protect natural wildlife and ecosystems in Africa's national parks. Speaking of the dangers facing the next generation, he said, "We can TMT steal their future. They always believed that, hopefully, we can leave the world in a better place than when we found it. We really need to take a moment and think, how do we get what we need and have our desire fulfilled without taking from our children and generations to come?" Despite this, Harry and Meghan have previously come under criticism for their use of private jets. In the summer of 2019, they took 4 private jets in the space of 11 days, which included visiting Elton John's home in the south of France. The Prince has defended these trips, saying that he flies commercial 99% of the time and launched his own sustainable travel company, Travelyst. The couple currently reside in Montecito, California, with their 2 young children. The pair made the shock announcement in January 2020, and subsequently moved to the US with their son, Archie. Since then, Meghan and Harry have publicly spoke about the difficulties they faced as royals, including mental health issues it caused and even alleged racism. Since leaving for their new life, Meghan has not returned to British soil, and Harry has returned just twice, for Prince Philip's funeral and the unveiling of the statue of his late mother, Princess Diana. When Meghan first joined the family, it seemed like a fairy tale, but the relationship slowly began to break down. Royal biographer Andrew Morton spoke to experts Molly Mulshine and Christina Garibaldi on Royally US podcast. Mr. Morton said, "I thought that she was a team player before, and she was known as a team player on Suits. When she joined the royal family, she made every effort to get involved. She converted to the Church of England, she changed her nationality, and was going to become a Brit. He added, she gave up all her social media accounts and dropped the fact she was a patron of various charities. She seemed to be willing to be integrated into the royal family. I think that what's happened is a small tragedy for the royal family. They've lost someone who was relevant to a section of the population that they couldn't really reach. She and Harry have shown that they're not prepared to accept what was put in front of them and make their own way. Since leaving their roles as working royals, the pair have become financially independent. Their portfolio includes a reported 150 meters Netflix deal, a Spotify deal, a Silicon Valley startup role, and most recently, a bank. Prince William was given almighty being trademark by Queen after Zara crashed royal family support. How many people back the monarchy? Staggering royal fans chart. The pair announced they were moving into banking, promising to change the world by putting their money into an investment firm called Ethic. It is understood they were introduced to its founders by friends. The Duke and Duchess have been appointed as impact partners. Duke of Sussex has attended a polo match in Colorado, marking his first public appearance since the birth of his daughter, Lilibet Diana, in June. Thanks to the Duke and other guests' trademark efforts, $3.5 million, $2.5 million, was raised to provide funding to support vulnerable children in southern Africa. Argentine polo star Nacho Figueras, who is believed to be a close friend of the Duke, shared a photograph with him on his Instagram account. He wrote alongside the snap, "How lucky I am to be able to ride along with you in your mission of making the world a better place for people not as fortunate as us. It is your commitment and passion to give back that is my inspiration. It was so great spending a couple of days with you, my friend." Prince Harry scored 2 of his Team TMS 3 goals, securing their victory 3-0. He has also pledged $1.1 million from the proceeds of his upcoming book towards Centibale TMS mission. The Duke was praised by fans on social media, as they celebrated the initiative. One person tweeted, "Seems Centibale benefited from its co-founder's move and is reaping the rewards." Another user added, "And that TMS a brilliant new record." Duke of Sussex reportedly went into panic mode last week after the Queen spent the night in hospital. Harry, who has always had an exceptionally close relationship with his grandmother, is said to be checking in non-stop. The Queen will no longer be attending the UN TMS COP26 summit in Glasgow next week, and Prince William and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, will attend the reception in her place. A source told US Weekly Harry felt helpless being so far away. Royal expert Russell Myers suggested on Lorraine that Harry and Meghan Markle may well change their mind on spending Christmas in California. The Queen being unwell, coupled with this year being the first Christmas the monarch will spend without Prince Philip, Mr. Myers claimed, anything can happen, and I think they might just change their mind on this occasion. It would be Meghan TMS' first time back on British soil since they moved to California last year, and also since the birth of their daughter Lilibet. He told William, "Sometimes you have to accept their TMS, only so much you can do for a sibling." Mr. Wotton explained how William had always been there for his younger brother throughout, and claimed he took on the combined role of Harry TMS surrogate dad, chief of staff and best friend. He emphasized the effect of both William and Kate on Harry, focusing on their bold and brave charity initiatives that gave a fresh face to the monarchy. He claimed William had gone to every effort to welcome Meghan into the royal family, through inviting them to spend Christmas at Anmer Hall and with the birth of the Fab Four trademark. But, he claimed, the damage was done. Mr. Wotton added, "You and Kate had tried everything, but fundamentally Harry and Meghan had made a decision that they didn't want to be on your side. Their narrative as victims of the system was firmly set in their heads." The final straw, Mr. Wotton claimed, was the way Harry and Meghan behaved in their decision to step down from senior royal duties. The Sussexes stepped back in January 2020, and said they would balance their time between the UK and America. Given the travel restrictions imposed by the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, Harry has returned just a few times, while Meghan is yet to come back to the UK at all. Mr. Wotton claimed, through their ongoing manipulation of the American media, that Meghan and Harry have declared war on the royal family. He wrote, "It TMS painful. But the time has come to stop appeasing your brother. He TMLL soon learn that millions of dollars and a Californian mansion on TMT compare to the unconditional and unwavering love of your blood relatives." Harry and Meghan are pursuing their own business ventures on the other side of the Atlantic, and signed a multi-million-pound deal with streaming giant Netflix. Harry will produce docuseries Heart of Invictus Trademark, which follows the journeys of just a few of the remarkable individuals competing at the sporting event he founded in 2014. Meghan, meanwhile, will produce animated series Pearl Trademark, which follows a 12-year-old girl, who is inspired by history TMS most influential women. Mr. Wotton said William ought to direct his focus on himself. He said, "By contrast, you are going to be king. Your priority is to keep the monarchy popular, not give in to your brother TM's petulant tantrums." William gave a sweet nod to his brother at a private reception for the unveiling of their mother TM's statue. Harry could not attend the reception, which was scheduled for July but pushed back due to coronavirus restrictions at the time. A source told The Sun, William made a brilliant speech saying thank you from him and Harry and how happy they both were with the statue. He mentioned Harry by name. The brothers are barely on speaking terms, but it TMS clear the Princess Di statue has done some good.